Hey, what's going on? This is Jerome. Thanks for stopping by the channel. And today we are going to talk about the PEB, the Physical Evaluation Board phase. And bottom line up front, I'm going to give you some key insights that I received from my rockstar lawyer who helped me from the beginning to the end of this entire process. So let's get into it. All right, so bottom line up front. The PEB phase is where you are going to be found fit or unfit for duty based upon the evidence that's within the entire file record. Like what did they see from the service treatment records to your commander statement to the exam to the NARSM, everything that you've kind of gone through, they are going to make a determination if you are fit or unfit for duty. And so they will convene and, kind of go through an informal board and say, hey, these are your ratings. And this is the information that we believe that you are fit or unfit. And yeah, have a good day. If there's something on the DA 199, you definitely want to make sure that you don't agree with. You have to prepare yourself for a formal board. But talk to your lawyer, talk to your PEBLO, talk to all of the team about what that really means. I'm just giving you insight from what my PEBLO or my lawyer told me and key things that you should look for that he told me to look for. So I just want to pass it along to you. All right. So when I started my process with my lawyer in the beginning, when I was in the MRGP phase, he gave me like everything because I asked for, ask specific questions like what is the, the PEP phase and what is the informal process and what is the formal process and how do you think I should prepare for that process? So basically what he said is the first thing that you would get is that DA 199 form. It'll have those diagnoses. The key thing there is it will say whether or not those injuries were combat related or not. And so it's clear that you need to take a look through all that information to see if you agree or you don't agree with, the ratings and also agree or don't agree with the fact that it's combat related or not. So that's what he told me. So that's what I looked at. The next thing is he said the 199 will have whether or not you're on a permanent list or a temporary TDRL list. If you are, on a permanent list, you don't have to come back. I believe he said if you are in the temporary disability list, you have to come back for another exam a couple years later. I'm not sure, but don't hold me to it. Talk to your PEBLO and they'll square you away. All right. Now, he also mentioned that the retirement order, you want to check the retirement order and make sure it says permanent or TDRL. And this way you are aware that you're on that list. You will also get a PEBLO estimated disability comp worksheet, a DA form 5892, and this is really where it walks through the compensation side of the house, right? How are they going to calculate and how did they estimate what your retirement package will be if you are going to be retired or severed or receive severance? It's a calculation. So a good thing to do is just take a look at that and try to, work out the calculations on your own. You know how many years of service you have. You know what your highest pays are. Your highest pay is. You can take a look at that information and, see what it says and perhaps look at the calculation. All right. So next thing you will get is a VA award letter that has everything in there. It has, your award. It'll tell you why and what evidence they looked at. It'll tell you the rating and the support that they used, what legal support that they used or legal evidence they used to support their decision. That's everything, and that's golden. You need to keep that. Matter of fact, I'm going to advise that you put that into a I Love Me medical book, right? All of this paperwork that you're going to get through this process, you need to build an I Love Me Medboard book. period. Because it will, if you do this up front, it will help you for the rest of your life. If you ever need to go to your award letter to see what you awarded and see the ratings, you have it right there in a very organized, structured way. We'll talk more about that a little bit later. So you're going to get the VA rater letter and the award letter. Keep that. Make sure you keep that. And then the last thing he said you'll get is a DA 5893, which is a checklist from your PEBLO saying, hey, we went through the entire process. I showed you, I did my job. I showed you all of the necessary things that you needed to know from a PEBLO perspective. And yeah, and that's it. That's literally it.